The numbers coming out of Indonesia just stun the senses. An estimated 80,000 dead with tens of thousands missing. So the toll may get even worse. Our reporter Scott Bevan has just landed in Aceh near the epicentre of this catastrophe, and we're crossing to him by satellite phone. Scott, thanks for joining us. Now, what are your impressions as you are right there in the middle of this global catastrophe, the centre of it?
Well, Helen, they're very much first impressions. I've just landed. You can probably hear the whine of the jet engines in the background. We corkscrewed down from several thousand feet up, and the closer we got to the Earth, the greater the picture we saw of catastrophe and calamity. The water has obviously rushed in several kilometres into the town, and Mother Nature has scoured entire city streets, clean of not only infrastructure and man-made buildings and any signs of life. It's also cleaned off nature. There's no grass that's been replaced by mud. It is an incredible first sign of just how powerful and awesome this tidal wave must have been.
Now, Scott, 26 brave Australian medical specialists have been sent there. What are they going to be thrust into straight off?
Well, they're being thrust into a town that's still very much trying to find its feet. At the airport right now, we've got relatives arriving with boxes and boxes and boxes. They're trying to, I guess, fill the gap that exists at the moment for everything and anything to get on with life. And of course, the official teams coming in from Australia are going to be expected to pick up that slack even more so. There are thousands injured here in Banda Aceh alone. They're still trying to work out just how many. But for the whole of northern Sumatra, where Aceh is, it's estimated today that the death toll is over 45,000, could climb to 80,000. So that's what the medical teams are facing first up. But then, of course, there's the second deadly wave, and that wave, of course, is disease.
Yeah.
From not enough food, impure water, and, of course, piles of corpses lying around.
Now, of course, their job is going to be so grim and difficult because the infrastructure there has gone. They're virtually starting from scratch, aren't they? Trying to do surgery, infection control, amputations, I guess, all that.
Exactly, and there is a field hospital, an army field hospital, to come in and be set up. We saw in PNG in 1998 the absolute influence of having a good army field hospital here. I'm sure that'll be repeated again. We've got Australian engineers coming in as well to start work on infrastructure. A team of army engineers are coming on the HMAS Canimbla, leaving Sydney tomorrow. There's a water purification plant, a mobile plant that is currently in Medan, just south of here. It's coming up here to try and fill that gap of water, which is absolutely critical here at the moment.
Well, Scott Bevan, we'll hopefully hear from you again tomorrow, and I do appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks, Helen.
Sri Lanka's coastal communities are also facing a monumental challenge to recover from this catastrophe. Determined to help out are two young Australians who themselves are lucky to be alive.
The next wave, I just sort of looked out to sea and saw this huge wall of brown, dirty water coming towards us, and in the bungalow, the waves are up to about our waist. Yeah. And just everything crashing around like a washing machine. And Bill and I were still we're still talking to each other, and she was saying, I'm stuck in the bathroom, and I thought, right, we're in a track car that's sinking, or in a thing that we needed to get out. So I remember just saying, yeah, get out, but she couldn't open the door because of the pressure, so...
It was so surreal. I just remember being in the bathroom with the coffee table and a chair, and water is just whooshing around like a giant washing machine.
That was 2 days ago as Tasmanian doctor Sandy Gale and girlfriend Annabelle Fowler counted their blessings after surviving the tsunami.
You all right? Yeah, fine.
You would have thought all they would want to do was head home to the comfort of their family and friends. Why are you going back?
I mean, I can't leave. You know, you can't leave something like this.
We've been through this tragedy and we've survived, and we've seen what happened to people, so ability to go and actually do something, so we're not walking away from it. It's a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
Already the pair have spent thousands of dollars of their own money buying up medicine and equipment.
We spent all of yesterday going to a pharmacy to buy medicine. The Red Cross is out of cash, so we
What itself?
yeah, about a couple of grand's worth of medicines and emergency medicine.
Volunteering to the Red Cross, they're getting ready to set up a clinic at Mathura on Sri Lanka's far south coast. It's an area almost completely wiped out by the incredibly powerful tidal waves.
I feel it's a moral or a professional obligation to stay here, and that's I think what we're going to have to.
Are you prepared for what you're going to find when you go down to Mathura?
No, I've been thinking about it. I don't think anything will prepare us for it, but I think we'll just do what we can do.
Together with 2 other Aussies, the group was today preparing for the trek to the devastated south of the country.
The situation's pretty awful, and Fee's a good nurse. I think young Sandy that we met earlier was a bloke I can work with pretty easy.
Bruce Cunningham also believes the people of Sri Lanka can't be abandoned.
Seeing the tragedy already, there's just chaos down there. We just need people, money, aid, much as we can send.
Nurse Fee Affleck is simply doing what she can to help. This group of Australians know they're about to face some of the most horrific days of their lives. Thousands of people died in the Mathura region, many, many thousands more were injured, and now those survivors are facing the threat of disease.
It's just so bad here that whatever we can give, and it will do something positive, it's worth it.
Simon Boda there in Sri Lanka. Still to come, everything you need to know about tsunamis, and it's not terribly reassuring.
Just look at the scenes from some popular science fiction movies, like The Day After Tomorrow and Deep Impact.